War is raging in Israel. Millions of our brethren are in the line of fire, and our hearts are filled with concern for their well-being. Is there anything that we can do about it? It is this week's Parsha that gives us the most profound and empowering insight to be able to inspire us to realize what it is that we can do. The Torah tells us this week that Noach entered the Teva mipnei mei hamabul. He goes into the ark because of the rising waters. Rashi points out that the reason why Noach entered because of the rising waters was because he was miktane amana, he was lacking in faith. Now this is a little bit of a difficult thing to understand. Why was Noach lacking in faith? He had spoken directly to God Almighty. He had already built the ark for 120 years. How could he possibly be lacking in faith? In fact, the Torah testifies that Noach ish tzaddik, Noach was a righteous person. What does this mean that he was lacking in faith? It was the great Hasidic master, Reb Levi Yitzchak of Berditchev, in his Kedushas Levi, that gives us the most beautiful explanation. He says, Miktani Amana means that Noach was lacking in faith, not in God Almighty. He was lacking faith in himself. Noach did not believe that he was able to make a difference, to alter the course of human history. He viewed himself as insignificant, incompetent, and incapable of making any change. He was just going with the flow. Today, as we stand with this war in our Holy Land, we might think of ourselves as removed from the theater of war and incapable of making a difference. The lesson we have to learn is that we are active soldiers in this war. The Torah tells us in Devarim, the nations of the land will see the name of God upon you and they will fear you. The Gemara in Menachos Lamed Hey tells us that the meaning of the name of God upon you is the tefillin of the head. Thus, the Rebbe explained just days before the 6-day war, that if we will go out and ensure that every Jewish male over the age of 13 years old will lay tefillin, the name of God will be upon us. It's then that the nations of the land will fear us. And indeed, we went out, we laid tefillin with every single Jewish male that we could get our hands on, and the miracles of epic biblical proportion soon followed. Friends, right now, we are active duty soldiers in this war in the Holy Land. There are some soldiers that fight from the land, some from the sea, and some from the air. But us American Jews, we American Jews, are fighting from the Spirit. Now is the time for us to realize that we matter. We can make a difference and we must make a difference. It behooves us today to rise up and go out and find another Jew. Lay tefillin within one more Jew. Because when we do so, we will be striking fear into the hearts of our enemies, creating that deterrence for our people in the Holy Land, and resulting in miracles of biblical proportions in this war today as well.